How to get started and stay motivated. How to enjoy the process of doing things. Ten simple things that I implemented to be more productive with less effort. It's normal to feel not wanting to do things, especially in a busy and stressful time. Health also can contribute how we feel about tackling things. Here are some tips how I like to turn around my day to enjoy my to-do list. The changes that you see on the porch, Zsolt got it done over the weekend. One of the things that helps me get things done is put an effort in it. It will change my approach from an unwanted task to a more exciting project, while I will develop more skills. They say motivation is not enough to achieve things. It needs routine, but motivation can put me into the state of mind to start and establish a routine. I wanna do it because of the motivation. It is a good turning point and start for a routine. Create the right mood. What elevates my mood? Is it music? Is it a snack, a tea, a podcast, or just a plain quiet? What can make my surrounding more pleasant? Know the way of the task. Having a plan, a list, or at least knowing what steps I need to take to finish things up is a good guide to get things done. Knowing the steps will clarify the order and will stop hesitation.
I can't let you go, baby. I just wanna tell you that. No. All of my friends say, girl, you better take care, 'cause that man is trouble.
Lose distraction. Put phone to the spot that is not convenient to check. I change the notification on my phone for my kids and for my husband, so if they text, I know I have to respond to that just in case if they need me for something, but all the rest I'll check when I have time.
I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you.
Not being afraid to make mistakes. Making mistakes is a part of making a progress and we learn from it. And I have no idea how this breakfast bar will turn out, but the only way not to make mistake is not to do anything. If I do things, there will be mistakes, but I can learn from it.
No.
Getting a physical break from the tension. A walk or an exercise or stretch is a great way to do that. collecting some herbs to create a tea later for the day. Raspberry leaves have also many benefits, so I'm going to collect and dehydrate some as well. Still worth it. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow. Looking for other things to harvest from the garden. I'm about to find out the results with the natural coloring. I like to use a natural food coloring for any type of food that I prepare, and looks like the dragon fruit powder turned into orange, either because I baked that too long, but at least the pattern is still visible. Lost in the shadows of Another way that helps me to keep going with my list is to rotate the tasks. I think it depends on the personality. I can get bored very quickly with things that are monotone. So, by rotating the things on my list actually helps me to stay interested in what I'm doing, because I feel like there's more variety. And the good part of the homemaking, it's not necessarily needs to be finished right away. I can make the bed, but I can get around to sweep the floor a little bit later. It's not going to change the result. Of course, there are things that requires more of the timeline, like making the lunch and getting it done by the time we want to eat. But other than that, I can just switch between tasks. I have a dehydrator which I use very often to create spice mixes, especially on the summer, and I like to use this outside on the deck so it doesn't warm up the house. But today we have a heat wave, we have 104 degrees. So I'm just going to take it outside and put it into the shade to dehydrate that. There are big, bulky tasks that can be very overwhelming, and that's when I like to break it down to little chunks, and that helps me to separate each step and just to even begin with. Sometimes procrastination can occur when it's really a big task and we don't even know where to begin. So just breaking it down will make it more doable, and as we're writing it down to step by step, it gives us a map how to proceed. After washing the perilla leaves, I'm going to add a little bit of water at the bottom of the jar, and I will keep it in there, and I'm going to put it into the refrigerator. And as for the raspberry leaves, I'm going to dehydrate those as well. A natural way to color food is definitely more challenging. The artificial colors are bad for our body, so I don't try to use them. However, they are more reliable on color. In this case, I think the temperature is the key why it changed, but even it didn't stay pink, I really like this orange tone as well. Since the heat wave will stay for a week, I'm going to make a bunch of popsicles, and it's supposed to be easier to color, so as I thought. But one mistake I made: first I supposed to mix just a little amount, then the rest. But this is what actually will take me to the next point I want to make, is to reframe challenges into opportunity. So instead of being upset, I am trying to just fix what I can fix, and then just take it as a challenge, and there's an opportunity in there to learn, and in the future I can avoid that mistake, and if not, then I can keep learning it. I like to add a half a banana for sweetness and also just to get the creamy texture. I also added some cashew yogurt because we have to be dairy free. Oh, that's a lot. I like to create colorful popsicles, and for that reason I'm using the personal blender because I need a smaller batch. And once I have one color, I put a little bit into the silicone mold and I will put it into the freezer. It doesn't have to freeze up entirely because I still have to push the stick in there just to firm it up enough so I can divide the colors and they can separate easier. Wow, that's gonna be the winner. I bought a bag of frozen passion fruit and I would say that's the winner. It is very intense in flavor, it's very sweet, and the texture is very thick as well, so it is very rich for flavor wise and texture wise for a popsicle. Depending on how I put it into the mold, I will get a different pattern. If I'm doing it straightforward in the middle, it will basically just swallows up and goes into the middle. If I'm doing it like pouring like a beer on the side, it's not going to form as much and I will have a more interesting shape of patterns. Now that I spent a good chunk of the time in the kitchen, I want to switch up the tasks and just basically be in a different environment. So I'm heading down to the studio and I'm going to pack some orders. And I'm excited to tell you guys that I will have more summer products that I will be listed. It's already done. I just have to list them because mainly I have Christmas things because I just started out right away middle of the winter, and then with the studio building and such, it's got very busy, and I'm slowly catching up with the seasonal stuff. Creating an easy setup, definitely encouraging me to clean up once I finish. This tonic is very easy to make. Add all the ingredients and start to boil them for 20 minutes.
I woke up in the middle of the night. Ooh, na, na, na. And I wondered how you're always right. It gets me.
And as much as I know myself, I know I will forget about it if I leave the kitchen. So I'm going to start to prepare a food that we like to eat on the summer. Equal amounts of tomatoes and peppers are being used. I'm starting with some chopped onion, and basically I'm just going to cook them. So first I start with the onion, then the tomatoes. So once it's soft, I'm going to add the peppers.
And I'll never understand how you saw it coming. Oh, but I will love you.
What we really love about this food, it is very pleasant to eat even in a big heat when it's hot outside, because it's good when it's straight out from the refrigerator. We also add some eggs on the end, but I can switch it up with some rice or couscous or whatever you want to add to it. But we like it with the eggs the most, and it is delicious as it's hot, but it's even better when it's cold.
It is hard to share my thoughts. Ooh, na, na, na. It's like cutting a wound in a bleeding heart. It gets me. But I know that you need it all. Ooh, na na na. Just give me some time, 'cause I need to know that you're staying. When I look back, I can see you're hiding, waiting for a moment to step in.
It's actually refreshing. Low-key, it reminds me of the elderberry syrup, just a little bit. It's actually refreshing. Maybe a little bit more honey, but it's good. We're going to head out to Costco very soon, so I'm going to prepare a very fast snack. Basically, it's just a hummus. I added some spirulina and some dragon fruit powder. That's what gives this deep, rich color to it. And now I'm going to have some fun to decorate the sandwich.
Lost again, going back around. Doing all the time when I get things right.
We only needed a few things from Costco, but they needed really bad, and it's worth the drive there because everything is on so much better price there. So we additionally bought other things that we know we're going to need in the next couple of weeks. So I stocked up on peanut butter because we eat a lot of that. I bought some organic honey as well.
Send me a letter and a bottle of wine.
As for this light dinner, all I have to do to crack some eggs and add to this tomato and pepper mixture.
Slip away if I come too far. Pick me up when I'm in pieces. Oh, that halfway heart of mine is a rolling stone. Make me roll right home.
My goodness.
Well, there are things that still needs to be finished with the studio, and one of them is the air condition. So right now it's really hot, so we are opening the windows to let some cool air in, or I should say colder, because it's definitely not cold in that heat wave. But we also went to Costco to buy these string lights because it will warm up this place. That's one thing, but also as I'm coming up to the house at night, it will be more friendly and we can just hang the lights on the way as I have to go up, so it will provide some great light in the dark. Preparing for another hot day, and I have to move fast because I can get things done in the morning. Well, at least I prefer to get done the bigger things in the morning while it's still more doable. Later on we're going to have again 101 Fahrenheit. So there's some lacking motivation when the heat is this high, but we're gonna go back to normal in a couple of days to have just only 90s, so that's gonna be much better and nicer for the summer. And here's the result of the popsicle that I made yesterday, and I really love the colors, how they turned out. They are very vibrant. I set aside from the Hungarian lecho and I will just take it over to my neighbor. They've been our neighbors for a year or so. She grew up in Korea, so she brings some Korean food, and I was happy to share with her some Hungarian food as well.
When lights go out, you're in.
I have some indoor plants that can use some love. After watering them on the deck, I'm going to just tie them up a little bit. I just replanted them, so they should be fine. I'm not sure why they are kind of weak, so they don't hold up well. I have to look into that. And I'm going to prepare a very easy and fast snack. Some chopped up tomatoes, some jalapeno peppers from my garden, and a little bit of a hummus.
In the meadow, on our favorite place.
Well, this super hot heat wave is good if for nothing else but to dehydrate some herbs. So I'm going to put all the herbs into some jars. I hope that you find something that you can walk away with from this video, how to get things done. These are the tips that has been working for me very well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next Saturday at 6 a.m. Bye!